hostages out.
I saw one soldier, Yemeni, very small. He holds a gun which was twice bigger than he was. And he was talking to us in Hebrew, and he said, "Are you all right?" And we said, "Yes, we are." And he said, "We came to take you home." And I said, "Home? Are you crazy? How come?"
Then I found out that they were still shooting outside. The shooting was from the control tower towards the forces that were in the area of the square.
One of your best men was killed. How did he die?
He was commanding the forces that took the building of the hostages, and he was staying very close to the main door. He has been shot from the tower, and the bullet came from his back and killed him almost right away.
I sent a unit from my force to reach the tower and to silence it. Immediately after the silencing of the control tower, I informed the plane that it could come nearer, and we informed the hostages that they could start moving after us in the direction of the plane.
And then we went towards the exit, and we were told, we're going to take you now to an airplane who's going to take you back home.
I still didn't believe that we are going to make it. I said, how can you take off here in Uganda? And they calmed us, the soldiers. They were wonderful.
Well, we've been celebrating freedom here in the United States today. Israel has carried out a daring raid for freedom. Crack troops were flown 2,300 miles to Uganda for a lightning strike at Entebbe airport to rescue hostages held for a week by the hijackers of that Air France jetliner. We have a report via satellite from Tel Aviv by Dan Bloom.
An American-built C-130 Hercules transport was the last of 3 Israeli Air Force planes to return from the daring rescue mission in Uganda. The hostages, as they poured out of the plane onto Israeli soil, were greeted joyously. Their 6-day ordeal as prisoners of the Palestinian hijackers over at last.
It was over. They renamed Operation Thunderball Operation Jonathan in honor of Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Netanyahu, who was the only Israeli soldier killed. 3 hostages died in the raid, and 1 woman who had been taken to a hospital earlier was apparently murdered by the Ugandans. The return of the hostages touched off a wave of national rejoicing that hadn't been seen in Israel since the heady days after the 6-Day War, 9 years before.
I don't think there are any words in the world to describe what your feelings are at that point, of realizing that you, got a second lease on life, literally.
I saw the Prime Minister and Mr. Peres and all the families, friends. Everybody was there. Very excited. For 10 days, I couldn't sleep a moment.
I felt I came back to Israel a much prouder Israeli than I left. And I really got the feeling that, that Israel, my country, did something to me. And I really have a feeling now, as President Kennedy said once, don't ask what you can do, what your country can do for you, because for me, country gave me back my life.
It was a mission, I think, that belongs to all the people, not only in Israel, but all the people around the world who care about freedom. This was their operation. We, in a way, had the privilege of carrying it out.
With the stunning success of their military forces, Israel gained new respect from both friends and enemies, for, like it or not, Israel had done what it set out to do. With the 6-Day War, the nation was saved from an enemy sworn to destroy it. And with the rescue at Entebbe, a small band of Israeli citizens was saved from what seemed to be certain death at the hands of terrorists. 2 spectacular moments that were the result of bold planning, daring execution, and exceptional courage.